doing is I'm bringing in my leopard character in. So she's the first one I just did. But to me, this is where the money's at for like for SEMC. This is the way to go, man. It's literally skins. Imagine if you're an independent creator. Like the only reason I think like it would be kind of cool to do indie characters or indie creator stuff versus like doing Marvel and DC, because if they're gonna do Marvel and DC, they're gonna have to license, right? And they're gonna be paying through the nose for that. But if they were using indie creators characters, or basically doing either one-time payments or do sharing, I think sharing would be the best way to go, where if the skin sells, the person gets like 10% or 20%. The reason it doesn't have to be really high, if the skin is inside the game and you give the credit and where the skin is from, it also helps creators market their characters, and people be like, what the hell is this? And they would look, and all the skin would have to have is a description, leopard from whatever story it's from. And again, if it's really popular and people like it, 10% is still a lot. I'm telling you, it's even 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever. But all I'm saying is it'd be kind of cool to actually have skins. But honestly, whether it's indie characters or stuff like that, but imagine mining out cool designs from content creators or stuff like that. Because if you really think about it, everybody knows that Samuel was Xenotech, right? That's a Vainglory reference. There's a character called Samuel, who was this Garth character, and there's like this pro VG player named Xenotech, and he used to stream a lot. I haven't seen a lot of his streams as of late. I don't see him streaming as much as he used to. But yeah, man, Samuel could have been like a dead ringer for him. So that's like the joke. Everybody was like, "Yo, that's Xenotech." Everybody knows that. So I think that's where the money's at, literally. People would pay for skins, and I have to agree with folks like X Scoundrel and other folks who used to do a lot of the Vainglory stuff. They, like they said, do the cosmetics. In most cases, most skins have to be bought and always have to be bought. They're not given to everybody for achieving a goal. If you won a tournament, or you had a tournament and you wanted to give them in-game currency, or you wanted to give them a skin, cool. But it shouldn't be generally everybody is going to be able to get it. And skins for characters specifically, they're not grindable. You shouldn't basically make them grindable. They're always sold, and I think that's just logical. It makes more sense. And if the only way you can get it, like if you created something like what do you call this thing, a battle pass, then the battle pass has the ability for you to build the skin as you go through the battle pass, because you paid money to get it. You know what I mean? So it's the same way. Marks or battle passes or quints are the only way to get the skins. No, marks or battle passes are the only way to get the skin. You don't even sell them for quints either. I don't think you should, because it's cosmetic. It doesn't make the gameplay better. It doesn't make the gameplay worse. It just makes the game look cool. And just for coolness, I don't think people should be getting that for free. You should pay for it, and I think that keeps the game viable too. So the thing is, Ed Arts, he did a lot of the real cool stuff here already. So all I'm just doing is I'm just gonna be coloring in my character and adding in my character's data onto it, and then I'm just gonna fix the screen where I'm gonna remove the character that's there, and then Leopard's gonna become the main focus of it. And the thing is, right now you see it has black lines, and my plan is to get rid of all of the black lines and make it look a lot more like the fine art that you see used in Catalyst Black. This is one of my two, because my other one is Blue Jay. If you guys look at my stream, you always see the dude with the helmet, with the winged helmet, and the in blue, gray, and white. That's Blue Jay. Basically, Blue Jay and Leopard are a couple, so that's how I basically do it too. Like they're two characters I designed, and they're like peanut butter and jelly. They're always together. It's whenever I do something with them, and she's always the female character my go-to female character, where he's like my male go-to character. And it's real funny how these characters came about, because they were designed to be used for comic book tutorials for my website back in the day. And my idea was I based it off like basically Batman books, and the characters were supposed to be like the analogs for Batman and Catwoman. But I've been working with these characters for a while. From where they started to where they are right now, it's a very different place. So I'm just going to try to knock out the Leopard one first. And then when I'm done, this is just going to be colors for right now. I'm not going to worry about the outlines. I'm going to come back later and then do another pass to make it look a little bit cleaner too. Oh man, what am I doing? I need the whole arm, because all of this, if you think about it, it's going to be gold anyway. So Leopard is a amalgamation of, like, the inspiration for this character is Catwoman, Wonder Woman, and Wolverine, and Taskmaster. So you take those four characters, that's the amalgamation that I used to kind of create Leopard. So the reason she's like Taskmaster, he's gonna be in the actual Black Widow movie. Taskmaster has an ability that it's like muscle mimicry. Anything that he sees being performed in front of him, his body can completely duplicate. So that's why it's called muscle mimicry. So that's one of the abilities that she has. The other ability she has is she has a healing factor, really super strong. So that healing factor allows her to heal at ridiculously fast rates, very similar to what Wolverine can do, right? So that's where the Wolverine portion of her abilities come from. And then the final thing that she has is she's like this really great fighter. And in my universe, if you look at the DC universe, in the Trinity, Wonder Woman is like one of the greatest fighters there is, like warriors there is. Like, that's who she is. She's like the baddest warrior. She has an almost indomitable will when it comes to getting something done. You ain't stopping Wonder Woman from achieving her goal in that respect. And that's who she is. So I took that aspect of Wonder Woman and applied it also to Leopard. The way the concept works for me in my comic is most of the characters, when they learn to fight or learn a fighting technique and stuff like that, she's kind of most of their sensei. She's their teacher. Any technique that you want to learn, she can study it up in a couple of by watching masters perform it, and like manuals or videos, and she becomes proficient in it like in almost no time flat. So that's the interesting thing about the character. Like, her and Blue Jay share a similarity in that, where Blue Jay, his mind is an enhanced mind, so he has something similar to her too. He can learn things at an accelerated rate. If he focuses on something, in about a month or two, about a week or two, he could become like he's like a master in it. Actually, in about a week, he can become a master in something. His mind works really, really fast, where Blue Jay can calculate probabilities and possibilities at such a high rate that he's usually accurate to things around in the 92 to 93% area. Like if he runs it through his mind, most of everything that he thinks through, usually that's how the thing goes down. The only problem is to make that ability has a downside, because people are like, yeah, why wouldn't he always use it? The downside to him using an ability like that is when he does get it wrong, that 7 to 8%, it's catastrophically wrong. We're talking about people die because he got it wrong. So, and it goes totally off the rails terrible. So that's the downside to his calculated. It's an ability called calculated certainty. So it has an issue. And the only reason I had to do that is when I first start doing the book, I have the character using the calculated certainty like crazy. He always calculates the probability of everything before he acts. And sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes you just need to practice in instinct, do what you think is best, and things usually work out better that way. And this is an idea that I got from a Flash comic book in the New 52, where it's called Flash Time. Flash had the ability to actually go into his mind and move his thoughts at super speed. And then he could analyze what is the best possible way to do something by going through all the probabilities and all the different variations and scenarios that this situation could take place. And it was working great until the time that he was in it for so long and kept saying, nah, maybe I can do it better, maybe I can do it better, that he actually got shot. So that's why I came up with my idea for my calculated certainty, where you can actually get your ass whooped real bad, basically running it. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to use her suit as the layout for this portion. And then what I wanted to do is have some of the Catalyst Black stuff that you're used to seeing on there too. Because I want, like, it literally be a skin. It just, the pants that they're wearing, it went from a baggy like pants that they wear to more of a skin tight pants. So it'd be straight across the character model's body. Her shoes are actually like connected to the lower part of her pants. Like it's one full like bodysuit with the shoes like connected into it. So that's what you're seeing there. And the vest she's wearing is like a flak jacket. It's like a jacket for taking damage and so forth. And then you can just see like she wears gauntlets and stuff like that. So those are the things I wanted to add into my design versus what you're seeing in Catalyst Black. But after that, yeah, everything else I wanted to keep, like especially the pants. Definitely want to throw in an area where you can see that backpack where they're carrying the mask, so on and so forth. But like I said, I think this is where it would be for SCMC. And if they started skinning these characters just the human default, that'd be awesome sauce. Like, I mean, people would pay for that. That's just a fact. People would pay for that. That's just too good not to. And it lets people customize their characters. Like that'd be something like people would definitely be like, yeah, I want to do that. Because I've shown pictures of Blue Jay and people are like, yo, that would be an awesome skin. So like when people said that, I'm like, yo, you know what? What if it was a skin? So I'm playing around with it. And this process is what is usually called flatting. What I'm just doing is laying down colors. The way a person who flats usually does it is they don't even use the real colors. They'll use greens and whatever. They just break everything apart. So what layer am I on? I'm on the right layer right here. They just use generic colors to just break everything apart, and they do it on different layers. So when a colorist is doing a comic, takes it, all they're doing is just adding embellishments, getting the colors the right shade, and so on and so forth, and just add embellishments to it. And that's pretty much it. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna push this one to full, and what I'm gonna do, get in there, and I'm gonna take the final drawing, do a blown up version of it, and I'm gonna do it by itself. And probably when I'm gonna be streaming, sometimes you're gonna see some of these characters sitting in the background. And this is one of those cheats that I can use because the colors are already there. I could just cut it out and you just color it the exact same thing. Okay, where are we? We want to go into this layer. And I'm going to use it as a guide later, but I'm going to just use the flat color just to lay it out. And then, like I told you, I'm going to come back to all of this stuff and make it a little bit more like what you're seeing. And it's one of the things when I do Catalyst Black art, I usually don't do it like comic art. I usually do the edges like they're painted, just like most of the stuff that's done here, the work that's done here. Yeah, I haven't done any Catalyst Black art in a while. The one I wanted to do was half mask, half human, but I wanted to draw it. If I want to be really cheesy, I can get it done really fast. I can take some of the art that's here, blow it up, and then just work with it. It's like I can draw them though. That's the thing. That's why I don't want to even bother doing that, because I can literally draw most of it, and it's better practice drawing than just putting things together. But you can produce work faster that way through photo processing. Yeah, so I'll hit fill. Get this brass color in here. There you go. So there you go. This will be the leopard design for the skin. And then what I'm gonna do is, again, I'm gonna blend the colors in a little bit more to make them all fit together. So with leopard now, I'll take these two and group them, and I'll get rid of these two. I'll hide that. So now what I need to do, get rid of this too. Get rid of that. I drew on her face. What a dummy. So this is cool. Actually, let me look at my lines. I don't really have to remove all of her. I only have to remove some of her based on what I have. So what I need to get rid of is just here. Anywhere where her hair or her body appears is what I need to get rid of from behind leopard. Ooh, I gotta go in there and fix some of this stuff up. Gotta get rid of this. I gotta get rid of that. Okie dokie. And fastest way to do it, so I don't have to spend a whole lifetime doing that, I can mask it. And then what you just do is you invert the mask. So now I know what I need to get rid of. Are you joking? That's not on that layer, is it? Oh, thank God. Put it in here. Let's fix this. Of course it wouldn't be on that layer. I'm making a skin using my original characters. So, colorless black skin with my character, Leopard. So, here's the other concept that I have. Catalyst black skin with my character, Blue Jay. So what I'm going to do is remove them. And if you're wondering, Blue Jay, insert photo, not file. Cancel. Cancel. Insert photo. So this is Blue Jay. So my theory is this is where the money is to be made. If SCMC was working on skins, that would be like the way to go. That's my brother's version. That's one of my versions. I'm gonna work with this version. So my idea is, if you were going to, like, if MCMC is trying to make money off the actual game, the easiest way to do that would be to sell skins of characters. I'm just using my characters because they're mine. And I'm going to be putting this in the art section of the Catalyst Black server, and probably in my web pages and my Instagram. But the thing I was saying is, like, if you have any questions at the same time too about the game, I can answer those also. I can actually pull out of this and then go into the game to answer whatever questions you might have too. I'm not sure if you read about the answers for Isia. I can answer them again, and I can show you the each of the abilities. And what I purposely did is I built these skins based on the actual art that's in here already. This dude has red eyes. Funny. So unlike most of the characters, most of the male characters don't wear capes. So Blue Jay, my skin design for him, he'd be one of the few male characters that actually has a cape, because a lot of the ladies have them, but the male characters don't. And again, using their style of art, like I don't usually draw my my forearms this big. And I try to keep more of the original design when I'm doing this one versus like what I normally do. So what we'll do is we'll double up the line. So my idea is, like, if NCMC wanted to not use Vainglory characters and they wanted to use original characters too, I was thinking there being an indie game studio anyway, you could also use like indie comic art, because it would be like definitely a cool bonus for some of these artists is to be able to showcase some of their work. And even if it's not like indie like that, you still can. The only reason I'm saying like you want to try to do indie art versus like maybe a big monolith like DC or Marvel, those are like really big companies, and for you to use their stuff, even though it might be popular, what will happen is it's going to cost you a licensing fee. They could do that also with indie folks and license the characters, but I'm thinking if they did like almost like a sharing thing, where if the thing sells and they do like give them like a percentage of it, again, that could be worked out and negotiated. I think that would be kind of cool. And anything to mix up from the vanilla skins that are here. And I mean, they're nice, but people would definitely pay for them to have an exclusive character or characters that are different than the ones that everyone else is using in the game. And the key thing is, none of these skins give you any extra bonuses. They're cosmetic. So as them being cosmetic, I don't think they would be something that would also be available through grinding. All cosmetic skins and things that just beautify the game or make it look pretty, you just pay for those. Those are not ever going to be in the store, in the rotating shop or anything like that. These are things that you'd have to buy. And I just think that's just a good model for generating revenue and keeping the game sustainable while providing something neat for the players. And if you wonder, if you go looking back into old art sections before I got into the Catalyst Black beta, I did a lot of art pieces. Oh yeah, this is something new I started doing, which is actually pretty neat. Gotta add that to Leopard too. Way out with that show. It would be towards the middle. Yeah, I basically do freelance art. I do comics pretty much right now. I just finished one I was working on for about 4 months. Just finished it. So right now I've done 5 complete comics on my own, but I've worked on maybe around 10 in different capacities, whether it was writing, drawing, coloring, lettering, so on and so forth. Yeah, I'll bring that out. Like I said, this art gives you a fantastic base to work from. So all I'm just doing is I'm saying this would be my skinned version of the characters. But again, as I said, I will in a little bit. I just want to actually finish laying these things out. Because right now, gameplay wise, I'm probably just going to be playing around with just leveling up items. I have no rhyme or reason anymore. I was trying to reach 505 in total gear, and I've done that. So there's nothing urgent anymore. Now it's just playing around with different items and builds and leveling certain things up. And I systematically pick a level or an item that I want to level, and I just start working on that. Because right now I'm working with Soft Thunder, which is pretty neat. Almost done. I just want to finish laying down the ink for this. And what I mean by ink is you're seeing the outlines that I'm generating for the character. I'm almost done. Once I finish that, I think that's everything with that. We just need to do this line right here and just do this hand in here. That's weird. Oh yeah. I see it in sometimes that way too, but it usually the emoji does show. It shows in the stream chat. The one that comes down on my screen, so I don't have to look up. That usually shows up as words. It doesn't show the emoji. And that should be it. Get rid of this guy completely. And get rid of that. Boom. That is neat. So those are my two skins. That would be my Blue Jay skin. And what I'm just going to do is, because I know about certain things about art, I'm just going to add in structure. Don't worry about it. There you go. So I'm going to add colors to this offline. But yeah. And then I'm going to try to get the work I'm going to try to get the work to look something more like some of the other stuff I've done in the past. This is the most comic book version that I've ever done. But there's my Isia and my Nock piece. That's Torden Nock, one of the better ones. This is Sunder Isia piece. And that's another Nock piece that I did. Oh yeah, I have. I just don't have. From what I'm looking at, is I don't think I have enough. My numbers for Twitch are too low, and my numbers for YouTube are low also. On YouTube, I'm off by about 90. On Twitch, I'm off by about 150. So whether or not I'm part of the program or not, I'm still just gonna be basically still doing stuff. I have to switch over real quick to my headphones because I mean, they're growing compared to 3 months ago when I started. My Twitch was 0 when I started, so I'm around 54 users, so that's decent. And I get a good amount of people. And once like 0.7 comes out, I'll probably be able to get a stream with maybe around 20 people. Like 22 has been the best I've ever had. So I'm trying to get to 50, then 100, and so on and so forth.